Okay, this is an important story because it highlights and pretty much explains why our lives and our livelihoods have been so negatively affected by, of course, YouTube. And in this video, you're going to learn how a major corporation, when they listen to mainstream media pressure, when they interfere with what people want, that there's actual some real ramifications with that. And we're learning that as Alphabet, the pretty much conglomerate that controls Google and YouTube, reported an 8% loss, $70 billion loss just yesterday. And many people are pointing to the fact that this was done because of algorithm changes from specifically YouTube. Now, if you know, on this YouTube channel, we've been warning you about finagling, the manipulating of search algorithms and terms all the way back in 2008. And since then, it has gone progressively worse, as even just putting my name into a video has shown time and time again to demonetize videos. They have, again, attacked us time and time again, attacked political speech, attacked people who have been honest, who have been correct, who have been doing on-the-ground reporting. And it's not just us, it's a whole slurry of people, some of them bad people, but a slurry of people who, of course, were YouTubers. They're the ones who put the U in YouTube. And as you know, they saw political speech as a target. Meanwhile, we were warning people about really disturbing content on here. Underground, weird rings of adult males talking about children in really disturbing ways, where even another YouTuber, Matt What It Is, brought it to other people's attention. This, of course, sparked what people are calling another YouTube adpocalypse. And this is one of the reasons why people are mentioning this and correlating this with the recent loss. But Alphabet's CFO said that the changes to the YouTube algorithm caused lower engagement and ad revenue growth on the site. The Alphabet CFO said this was probably, she was probably referring to the changes YouTube made to curb the spread of, quote, fake news, conspiracy theories. It shows YouTube is willing to forego some short-term ad revenue for the long-term health of the company. And again, this is an article by CNBC, which is littered with absolute propaganda. And this is why propaganda from the mainstream media, this is why YouTube has had such a significant loss, because this is what happens when you interfere with what people want and you try to push down the mainstream media, alternative, bullcrap, establishment, suckling forces out there like CNN that literally talks about holograms and freaking all this other complete nonsense, eats human brains on television, MSNBC, Rachel Maddow, conspiratizing, all this other nonsense. When you force down people's throats, and instead of what they actually came for, what do you expect is going to happen? And that's why there's such a lower engagement on the channel. And it is predominantly because of the finagling by the power establishment and the media manipulating YouTube to do its bidding for its larger entertainment industry. Jason, this is a shocking story. I know you brought this to my attention in some way yesterday, but really just seeing the YouTube algorithm connection here really connects a lot of dots with what's been happening here on YouTube.
Wow, we lost 66, maybe 70 billion because we restrict speech on our platform. Wow, we lost 9 billion each, Schmidt. Sergey, some of the other top guys, Page, all lost 9 billion in valuation yesterday. Wow! Guess what? I don't care. I hope they lose more money, because just because they lost that valuation, you know why they lost that valuation? Because profits weren't up enough. It's not like they weren't profiting. No, the growth on those profits weren't rising. There was a time in March of last year, Luke, when they were up at that apex. And that's really, they'd started restricting speech, but they hadn't had a mass exodus yet of many of the larger advertisers. And the bottom line is, whether people realize it or not, YouTube is still growing. It's growing exponentially. People are still uploading content. The ad revenue for that content is still growing. It's not growing at the pace it once was, largely due to these scandals, them restricting speech, and them changing the algorithm from what people actually want, aka truth, real news, different perspectives to what they want them to want. Not even what they think they want. Because when it was what they think they wanted, they actually linked you to your subscriber feed. You would get notifications. A lot of the videos that were suggested were actually relative. Now, in many cases, you can do an entire search using a specific term. And instead, it'll just go to CNN or MSNBC or Fox News, establishment media, Luke.
They'll show you an article instead of a video. A lot of these mainstream media companies don't even provide original content for YouTube, for the company, for viewers on this platform, and they are incentivized. They're pushed forward. They're spreading crazy conspiracy theories, which we've been calling out, which we've been right on time and time again. And with their algorithm, they literally took the U out of freaking YouTube. It's not YouTube anymore. It's establishment tube, and that's why there's such lower engagement. That's why there's such lower people wanting to be on here. And again, this is critically important to understand here, because people are saying, yeah, this is going to be the short-term goal here. I mean, we have to understand, we've been warning that this was happening for a very long time. And again, why are they doing this? They're doing this because of mainstream media pressure. Why are they doing this? Because the mainstream media speaks for the establishment. They speak for Hollywood, which is getting beat out by people like PewDiePie, by people who are just sitting in front of a camera with a microphone that are getting 10 times, 20 times, 30 times more the viewership that they ever had, with just simply communicating to people on a one-on-one personal level, not commercialized in a bastardized way, pushing, of course, a bigger agenda, or pushing, of course, a bigger special interest. The mainstream media doesn't want that. They put pressure on YouTube. Even the CNBC article, absolutely insane, talking about, they're going to forego this, but this is good that they're losing. This is good that they're manipulating the algorithm and not showing people what they want. Again, the end of the article here states, with billions in market cap gone and analysts already downgrading Alphabet stock, the biggest question surrounding YouTube today is whether it will continue making improvements to curb the spread of toxic content, or be shocked back into inaction for the benefit of its shareholders. You see the propaganda, disinformation outlined to you right there in such a nasty, disgusting way. Because again, look at the assertions that they made here. Will they keep improving? What is improving? What is improving? Highlighting CNN, highlighting the mainstream media, highlighting shows, taking the U out of YouTube, highlighting their bullcrap, highlighting their lies to you, the same organization that told us that there was weapons of mass destruction, that there was collusion, making them the priorities, making Hollywood the priority. That's improvement? No. That's what's causing the majority of people not to be as engaged, obviously. So that's not an improvement. And then toxic content? No. Some of the content, yes, should be criticized. Most of the content we've been criticizing YouTube for having for years. And guess what? YouTube never acted on that. Its users were saying, hey, really disturbing. Hey, there's really disturbing stuff here on your thing. You should probably go moderate that if you're going to moderate this. They didn't. They went after the people warning them about it. They went after political speech on this platform. And because of that, they started, of course, censoring it because of the mainstream media lumping everyone in. And essentially, it's an algorithm that now decides who gets seen and who does not get seen. And guess what, Jason? You look at our numbers, you look at our analytics, people are getting unsubscribed. People are coming to me saying, I never unsubscribed to your channel. People are not seeing our videos. You look at the ratio of views from subscribers to the views that are unique. We get less and less unique viewership because YouTube doesn't recommend us, doesn't show us, doesn't see us as someone that should be on YouTube, and they are incentivizing us by demonetizing us, downranking us in the algorithm, downranking our channel. And you look at other channels, you look at other people, they are recommending them. Their unique viewership is going up. You look at, even just our friend, Tim Pool, he makes content that gets recommended. His sub to viewer unique count is completely the opposite of what ours is, because YouTube has not recommended our content. Most likely because we've been calling out this cancerous bullcrap for a very long time, even confronted Eric Schmidt before on this channel. So Henry Kissinger, other people connected. I mean, I'm just ranting here, but but Jason, this is really disturbing to learn about, because again, the mainstream media is cheering on more, quote, improvements, more censorship, more algorithm changes, more promotion of them. And and it looks like YouTube will just continue in this way, shooting themselves in the foot, not only hurting themselves, but specifically hurting independent content creators like us and so many other people out there who have been negatively affected by this so-called new algorithm.
Well, you know, I also want to point out that Schmidt, who you talk about, who used to be the CEO of Google, and then he was the CEO, the chairman of the board over at Alphabet, the parent company, he stepped down as chairman of the board as a regular board member a while back amid a Me Too scandal. That shows you how selective the media is. They never really went cutthroat for Schmidt. There were a few stories here or there. He quietly steps down. But now after this, he stepped down completely. He's leaving the company. I'm not sure if he's going to have a role with Google, Alphabet, or any of the side projects there. That's pretty telling, and it makes you wonder whether or not this platform is going to be able to survive and thrive, even though, again, viewership is up. It's just not growing as large. But again, as they restrict more and more speech, as they give people less and less of what they actually want, as they recommend videos that have no real relevance to what people want, it's only going to hurt them in the long run. It's not actually going to help them in the long run as they think. And when they cow down to people like this woman who talks about radicalization on YouTube and sat down with the CEO of YouTube saying that she wishes they would just ban that Ben Shapiro because her son likes him. Okay? Kara Swisher.
And then falsely lying and then falsely saying, hey, my son watched Ben Shapiro and then he was watching a right-wing Nazi racist and, alluding to that. And then, again, none of this has been verified through so many other independent kind of studies on this. And she's just lying through her teeth to push an agenda for, of course, the special interests which she represents. It's so clear that she's doing this.
Well, I mean, she has an extensive article, Can Anyone Tame the Next Internet? And she's saying, oh no, 4chan, 8chan, YouTube, they're radicalizing people. This content is extreme. But I want to point out that YouTube especially doesn't promote, quote-unquote, traditional American values. And I'm not here to puritanize anybody, but they outright do not promote anything that's even remotely Christian or family-orientated, in my opinion. Instead, what they do promote is alternative lifestyles, and anybody who questions those alternative lifestyles, Crowder, for instance, he has 3.7 million subs at this point, but he's constantly getting hit. He's constantly being demonetized. His views are down for what they should be.
He got 3 strikes. They might take down his channel soon.
Yeah, exactly. And for what? For a parody. It's absolutely ridiculous. And it's again, selective reporting, selective enforcement. And if they want to keep doing that with people who are actually wildly popular with middle America, with the true base of this country, eventually their company is going to see somebody who overtakes them. Nothing's forever, all right? Think about it. Everybody used to use the Microsoft browser. Can anybody even tell me about Explorer anymore? Because I know you don't use Edge. Everybody's on Chrome. So Google, you're not invincible. Remember that.
Yeah. I'm just reading some of the article here, and it's absolutely insane, the level of manipulation. The article here by CNBC, continuing on saying, quote, the goal was to make it harder to find videos full of conspiracy theories, fake news, and all the other detritus that occasionally sent advertising fleeing from the platform. No, people started fleeing when you guys started making freaking nothing out of it, a nothing burger, something big, and started manipulating the emotions of people. That's when something happened, when it was used for political purposes, for power purposes. The article goes on, instead of YouTube directing you to a conspiracy theory about the latest shooting, you were showing related videos from authoritative news. No, that's not the case here. It's everything. It's every little thing that's being transcribed. And again, the mainstream media wants YouTube to become it. That's why, there's such a big double standard here. They attack so many other individuals for little things. PewDiePie making some offhanded jokes, some comments that you could be critical of, sure. But you look at what's happening on mainline television. They have freaking the WWE. On WWE, they had so many absurd, crazy, insane things. They had a grandma that had a doll inserted in her that was giving birth artificially. Are we going to start banning that on mainstream media television? Where's the mainstream media outrage outrage about mainstream media television. How does that make sense? Oh yeah, they're all working together in the same networks, all connected through the same people. Are we going to ban ancient aliens for talking about conspiracy theories? Are we going to ban CNN for eating human brains? Are we going to ban MSNBC for conspiracy theories? No. And everything that they point to independent creators doing, the mainstream media has done on a larger scale with more detrimental effects. Huge, bigger effects than, of course, small independent creators have. And it's absolutely absurd to see Alphabet just obey them. And again, it's a duplicitous system here, and to listen to them and most likely continue this problem, which is going to lead to a situation where we don't have a future on this platform. I'm literally just even now looking at the numbers. We were looking at the analytics. They look horrible. We're losing subscribers every single day. We're not doing anything different. We're doing more content than ever before. We're working harder than ever before. I'm still landlocked here in New York City, and I'm like, okay, what do we need to do? We need to do something else than just YouTube. If you guys have any recommendations of what we should do, how we should move forward, I'd love to hear them in the comment below. But obviously, this is insanity, and this insanity looks like it will only continue with the drum beats of the insane mainstream media. That's my take on it. Anything else you want to say, Jason? Should we close it off here?
I just want to let people know we are doing 4 videos a day across 2 different platforms. Please subscribe to both WeAreChange and WeAreChange. Share this stuff on social media, on the websites, on Vote, on Reddit. Ring that bell for notifications and get out there and be the change you want to see in the world.